Thanks for staying here on Joy News today. Now, Zongo settlements are communities with a unique cultural practice, often bound together by Islam, unlike other communities where ethnicity is key. In the build-up to the 2016 general election, President Akufo-Addo, then a candidate, promised to set up a Zongo Development Fund to bridge the gap in development. Now, he yesterday announced Alhaji Boniface Saddique asked the minister to undertake this task, as well as see to the development of inner cities. Joy News' Joseph Akable has been spending some time in one of these communities to find out what they make of this announcement, as well as the possible impact it will have on development in the area.
So why can't this place also be like East Legon? You live at East Legon. East Legon is not how it was formerly when it was being created. You understand? We also feel people here should also live the same life like East Legon.
64-year-old Hamza is a pharmacy technician who has no memory of residing anywhere apart from Nima, a Zongo community. This is his vision for the neighborhood. Hamza monitors the news closely and tells me he had his eyes fixed on his TV set when this announcement of a Zongo ministry was made.
One of the critical areas of concern for the social cohesion and harmony of our country is the developments that are taking place in our inner cities and in our Zongos. It was to meet the challenge of social development in Zongos that we committed ourselves to establishing a Zongo Development Fund, and also committed ourselves to making a special effort to develop our inner cities. It's my view that if we're to succeed, not only in delivering on the promises of our manifesto, but more importantly, in the reasons for the promises of the manifesto, the development of our inner cities and our Zongos, that they don't become areas of despair, areas of difficulty, areas of social conflict. The development that has to take place has to be coordinated.
Hamza, however, disagrees with the approach the president is using to make his vision a reality.
It is unworkable. The local government minister should be in charge of all those things, because we have a local government who is in charge of all the localities. You understand? So if you have a fund, channel it through the local government ministry, because we have the sub-metros. They are in charge of developing the areas. So if you say you are creating another ministry of inner ministry, or what do you call it, it is unworkable.
Hamza's friend Ismail has a different view. He was glad when he heard the news.
I think it's a good initiative for the new government to set up that initiative, because he campaigned on it, and most of the Zongo people, I think if you look at the voting trend, I would say now the Zongo has voted for NPP a lot because of what the government has campaigned on. So if he set up that ministry, I think it will be benefit for the Zongos. And if only they will do what the tailors are going to do, I think to me it's a priority to read the Zongos.
He, however, believes the move by the president will face some challenges, key among them being how difficult it will be to get residents to buy into the vision.
There is no place in Zongo that you said you are going to develop, because most of the houses belong to people who inheritance it. You see, maybe the house belongs to their grandfather, and then they share the property, and within even that family there is a problem. So you cannot come there and say you wanted to develop without the consent of the family.
He also has a clear understanding of what the problems are. Just like Hamza, the siren of a waste collection van can be heard in the background. The two agree sanitation is a key issue that must be addressed.
It's about the sanitation. If you look around, there are no dustbin for us to dump our rubbishes. So that's the most mess in the community. Most of it, sanitation is the main problem. And again, we have massive unemployment youth in the community.
The problems here is marginalization, period. Because politicians use the Zongos or predominantly the Islamic residal areas as like spoons. after using them, then achieving their aim, then they forget. You see, if you get up in the morning, you find that people go to queue to go to, sorry to use the word, toilets.
The other residents simply hope the president succeeds.
We expect the new government to ensure that all goes well. God should help him hold on to power so that all will go well.
For now, the vetting of the minister designate is what many will be looking forward to. But it is clear he will have a lot on his hands as he will be aiming to turn around the state of these communities. For Joy News, Joseph Akable, Nima.
Still on social development issues, in a quest to give hope to the disabled, the Australian government is supporting the Begro Rehabilitation Centre to construct a therapy clinic to augment the care given at the facility. Now, the Begro Rehabilitation Centre has been educating orphaned and disabled children with the support of benevolent organizations, groups and individuals for the past 30 years. The Australian High Commissioner to Ghana, His Excellency Andrew Barnes, says helping the disabled is at the heart of the Commission's operation.
You have to acknowledge, first of all, that it's a very difficult area to work in. The needs almost are boundless. And so to secure adequate funding is a challenge for any country, whether it's a first world or developing country. And we are not without our challenges in Australia in this regard also. But one initiative that has been recently begun in Australia is a national disability insurance scheme. And I think there are perhaps lessons that Ghana could learn from that, where everyone will be contributing to the National Disability Insurance Scheme, which will go a long way to ensuring that people with disabilities in Australia are able to reach their full potential in life, that they have adequate care and the ability to have training so that they can enter the workforce if they can, and that they have a secure future.
His Excellency Andrew Barnes was also full of commendation for Ghana and its citizens on how they conducted the elections last month.
It was a very good time to be here in Ghana. I witnessed the elections. I went to a couple of polling stations, saw the counting, which was very impressive. The level of enthusiasm of the voters and the way the elections were conducted. I'd like to compliment and praise the people of Ghana and the government of Ghana, and particularly the outgoing President Mahama for his statesmanship in leading the country and accepting the result and handing over the baton to his successor. And I wish the new government well. I was there for the inauguration ceremony, which was quite spectacular. And again, the way the Ghanaian people embraced their democratic right, participated in the elections and then celebrated the results is very impressive.
Away from that, people say when life offers you lemons, make lemonade out of them. That was exactly what a 19-year-old poetess at Jamestown here in Accra, Saddique did when she missed the ultimate prize in a debating competition years ago. Her interest to engage in any public speaking activity waned completely, but she staged a huge comeback and is currently one of Ghana's youngest female poets. Joy News' Maxwell Agbagba spent some time with her and has come through with this report.
She's not your usual 19-year-old. Though still in her teens, her achievements perhaps are those of a 30-year-old. In this poem, Jamestown Girl, Saddique talks about life growing on the streets of the predominantly gun fishing community.
From Lighthouse to Asherford, we roam the streets with a single panty mammy boat. We never cared to make this a thought. All we wanted was the kenke in the pot. We sought nothing but a free will. We shrill. The strokes of the cane still leaves our hearts as stubborn as Pandora. Stealing Adukwe's tapioca, we weren't given names like Monica. I grew up knowing Atayi, Oko, Akwele, and Lobisa. Oh, fun it was being a Jamestown girl. Banku Keshitolo, the daily meal we fed. Atpanga Hefueke Jenya Walong. The awful smell of a vulture is from its mother's egg. Proverbs we heard and said, as young as we were, we put ideas into play and enjoyed ourselves throughout the day. Today, modernization has filled our calabashes with sophisticated ideas, making our infants voice out fried rice and chicken. Where, at them times, Davis Kulikuli will be burning the pockets of our skin shirts early Monday morning. Oh, fun it was being a Jamestown girl. I've had my umbilical cord buried deep in the source of Accra. Hey, Ganyobi, but I'm not here to fight. I'm here to speak the unspoken truth, told from Abola to Manchadbona. Keje, Nikushi no, Wano, Wabejeke Wajashon, who may be a Koyo Chadan warrior. We only speak when the wind blows. So why should we hide this beautiful culture we need to show? Emancipate yourself from Western culture addiction, no classifying African culture as a sham. I'm proud to be your Kaklayo, and I'll make you a perfect shitolo.
Saddique is uncomfortable with the hustle and bustle of city life, but loves conditions in old British Accra. When life hurled stones at Saddique, she dodged them, collected them, and used them to build a huge wall. She now stands on that wall to speak her mind to the world. That happened back in senior high school when she missed out on a debate and public speaking competition. She lost appetite for public speaking. There was no motivation to continue. She would rather channel that energy into poetry. Here,
Really inspirational story there. The full feature will air in subsequent bulletins. Now, let's talk about a Thanksgiving service that the Multimedia Group Limited organized earlier this morning. And Bishop Jim Sa was the preacher at the event. Here are some excerpts.
Our enemies may be mad, but with a loud voice. Amen. Amen. Let's go to Psalm 103. There is nothing like a quiet thanksgiving. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. As for me, our family, we are quiet. Whose family is loud? Give the Lord a big hand. And listen to this. My father is like that. Whose father is what? As for our family, we are very quiet, laid back, very reserved. Hey, there's not such a thing as a quiet thanksgiving with a loud voice. Wow. Go to town, go to town, go to town with a loud voice. Amen. And be proud of it. Psalm 103. Psalm 103. I'm giving you 5 blessed benefits that the Lord gives us for which we should not overlook. Number 1, bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name. Now, verse 3 is the first blessing we receive, for which we are here to give God thanks. He said,
that was Bishop Jim Sa of the Action Chapel, Ghana, speaking at the Multimedia Group Limited Thanksgiving service. Every year, we organize a Thanksgiving service to thank God for the past year and to pray for his grace for the rest of the year. This is John News Today with me, Benis Abubedu.